a public hearing yesterday that was gut-wrenching. It was emotional, hard to listen to at times. In Kerrville, we played some audio of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick going after, was it the county judge in that case? I know it was just talking about people who were not doing what they should have done the night that this flooding kicked in as we moved into the 4th of July.
Yes, the Kerr County Emergency Coordinator told that select committee that he was ill, asleep at the time the floodwaters were building in those pre-dawn hours. Also, Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha said he was also asleep until he was woken by deputies on duty right before dawn, and a lot of criticism for Kerr County Judge Rob Kelly, who basically was out of town, and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick really went after him for not being present at a lot of those meetings following those deadly floods.
And one of the things that we heard, in retrospect, it's so chilling and so sad hearing that there were girls in a cabin at Camp Mystic, apparently. There was water rising up in their cabin. The water was up to their ankles, and they were told by, I guess, officials to stay in place?
Yeah, they were told basically to stay in their cabin, even though there was water around their feet at 2 o'clock in the morning. So had there been proper coordination, they would have been able to get out alive. So obviously there's other issues involved. There's been problems cited with communications from a lack of cell service in the area and broadband coverage, but it's sounding more and more like some of the local officials in Kerr County really dropped the ball and didn't have a true understanding how severe of a weather event it was.
And we can only hope, Charity. Obviously, it was a perfect storm on many levels, metaphorically, and then just a horrible storm that gathered and dumped all that rain on the Guadalupe River and the region, causing such a horrific loss of life. But, you know, I said this after the Uvalde tragedy. You know, so many things went wrong. Hopefully we learned something. Hopefully those who are in charge of other people's lives, in the case of Uvalde and, you know, these camps, children's lives. I just think when children are your responsibility, whether they're at these camps near a river or going to school, I just think adults have to be extra vigilant and go the extra mile to constantly ensure the safety, not only of everybody, but in this case, and especially kids.
It's a shared responsibility, not only from local officials, but even the owners of these camps along these rivers that are very prone to flash flooding. You need to have some kind of night monitor, especially in the event of rain in the forecast, monitoring those river levels at night so you're not relying on local officials to give you the signal to evacuate. This is the part where it's really difficult, where the difficult conversations are happening about what went wrong and how to prevent future tragedies.
Yeah, they're difficult conversations, but they need to happen. We've got to do everything we can to ensure that something like this does not happen again.